All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So glad you joined us tonight on Sunday night, and we're excited to start unveiling everything that we've been working on for the past months. This is your ex-Vice President of Voltage Partners, and now I'm so pleased to tell you that I'm going to be working in the field with everybody. I'm so glad to be back where I'm most comfortable. We have worked very hard and diligently over the last several months, actually 7 months, to put together and find the best company to carry on the dreams of everybody in this company, and most of all, the distributors, the associates in our company today. And we are going to start unveiling everything, introduce you to the big players in the game, and we're going to make this one of the best. It already is. VitaCell, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the strongest companies you will ever see, and you'll know a little bit more about this, but what's happening to you, or if this is what happens to the people that are patient and understand that we were working to do really big things for you, and tonight you're going to start seeing it. And it really pleases me to start off the call with your master distributor and the guy that, oh my gosh, he's just unbelievable what he's done. He was the #1 producer in Voltage Partners. He's been a leader in the industry for now over 10 years. And he just, I mean, this guy is tireless. He works, travels, and builds, and he knows where he's going, and he looked at all of this. He was a big part in this decision, and I would like to introduce to you and let him address you for the next probably 5 or 6 minutes, and then we're going to turn it over to Mr. Richard Angeloni from VitaCell itself. He's on the board of directors. So let's start with your master distributor, Boris Palov. Boris, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much, Von. Can you hear me well?
Loud and clear, Boris. Take it over.
Fantastic. Okay, so thank you so much for introduction. And guys, Field, Richard, Von, you know what? I'm super, super excited like never before, because what's happening is just amazing, you know. And unfortunately, I don't have time to share with you right now all the story, but I will definitely do it, because this story worth to be shared with the world, you know. And I'm extremely excited because I have here 2 very good friends of mine that I know pretty well, you know, and I'm very happy to work with them together, you know, because I was working with Von, and you know, Von is the best person to work with on the corporate scale, okay? Because his integrity, his honesty, and his professionalism, you know, talk for itself, you know. And also, I'm extremely happy meeting my very good friend from many years ago, Richard, and I met him in Las Vegas, you know, when I came to GoPro event. You know, it was amazing meeting, and I would never even think about that this man, this amazing leader, helping us to make this partnership real. You know, when I heard about this, I was completely, you know, shocked, you know, because I came actually to share with him what I'm doing, you know, and I wanted to come even to Los Angeles, where he lives most of the time, you know. But you know, God helped us to meet each other in Las Vegas, where I was in Las Vegas, you know. And you know what? It was just amazing story. You know, I'm going to share with the story next call for sure, because you need to know what happened. You know, I'm very spiritual person, and for me, God is the most important in my life. You know, and you know, every situation in my life, I'm taking as a sign. You know, so I'm looking for the signs, and I'm trying to understand the signs. And what happened here in this company, in this partnership, is something really, you know, one puzzle, you know, and all the pieces came together. And of course, I'm extremely excited to tell you, dear friends, that we are going to continue with idea part, with sharing apps and games part, you know, which is just the best I ever tried myself. But if I tell you that just because you are part of this amazing company, Voltage Partners, you are going to get even more benefits thanks to this amazing man, Richard Anzalone. You know, I'm extremely happy, extremely excited, and guys, you have no idea what's going to happen here in this partnership in the next several weeks, several months. You know, I have plans exactly step by step what we need to do to take this partnership to the next level. And the most important for me, my dear friends, is to change your life financially. Yes, I'm talking about several weeks, several months. It depends on how serious you are about reaching your goals. You know, I know that 2018 just started, but you know what? You have no idea how fast and how close you are to make your dreams come true. And this is what's happening. Now, a little bit about my excitement, why I'm so excited. You need to understand my excitement, and then it's going to be much more simple for you to share this excitement with people you know. You know, we're talking in Voltage Partners, we were talking about idea part, which is huge because everything in life starts with idea, as you know. Even us people, we are also idea of our creator, you know. Now, sharing apps and games part is of course there as well. You know, we're going to continue doing what we did, you know, but on top of all of this, just imagine we adding to our partners, our members, even more benefits, and we are talking about the hottest and the biggest trends ever. You know, I'm talking about additional trends that thanks to this partnership are going to become part of what we have here, benefit wise and business wise. You know, and I'm talking about the biggest industry ever, which is travel. You know, and you know what, guys, you are very lucky because you have here master distributor that was working with travel extremely successfully. And I'm going to share with you a little bit later the results I had with travel. Now, we're adding also to our members in Voltage Partners, we're adding another huge trend, which is cryptocurrency. And if you don't know yet what this cryptocurrency is about, you better start know what is that. Because what's happening is it's really crazy. You know, I will share with you from my experience. You know, about a year ago, when one of the cryptocurrency kings, which is Bitcoin, and most of you probably know, you know, it was around $1,200-$1,300 for each. Today, if you check today, what is the price of this cryptocurrency? It's around $16,500. So what it means that yes, you should be involved in cryptocurrency. The question where and how? This is the biggest question, because there are so many scams and there are so many financial pyramids out there. So you should be lucky, and you are lucky, by the way, because you are part of Voltage Partners that, thanks God, coming as a partners with White Axel that has something huge for us and huge for everyone worldwide. You know, so this message is extremely simple to share with the world. Why? Because listen to this: we have travel, thanks to White Axel partnership. We have cryptocurrency. We have e-commerce. And you know what? I have no doubt about that. You know exactly what this e-commerce is. If you heard about Amazon or eBay or KGG or you know, this is basically Alibaba or AliExpress. This is all e-commerce platforms. So what we know about this is that this is huge trend. So now just imagine, thanks God, just because you are partners in Voltage Partners, right? You are going to be grandfathered in White Axel. So it means that you don't need to pay anything. So this how you are rewarded being part of Voltage Partners. And the most exciting part as well, that here, thanks to this partnership, you are not going to have any monthly membership fee. You know, any monthly how we call it, no, any monthly payments. Yes, exactly. Thanks. So this is amazing. You know, so it means that you get business in the box with the most hottest trends ever, biggest and hugest trends ever. And you know what? Let me tell you a little bit about the people we have here on the call. And I'm sharing you just what I have in my heart. Von Tarver is the best and the most professional leader I have ever worked with. And Richard Anzalone is very good friend of mine, and amazing leader. So what is happening thanks to this partnership? we are going to help many, many people worldwide to change their lives financially. So they can choose what they are excited more about. You know, for example, if you are excited more about apps and games part, you know, ideas part, that's okay. But you know what? On top of all of this, you will be getting many more benefits in travel, in cryptocurrency, and e-commerce. So what it means that you are going to be really in the best spot ever for this coming year, 2018. So thank you so much, guys. I'm extremely excited. And now I would like to give the word to Von Tarver. And Von, if I miss something, please tell me. Thanks.
Great, Boris. It's great to hear Boris. I don't think I've ever heard Boris in the time I've known him this excited, because he actually understands what's going on. And we also have our, I should say, your key leader in Malaysia, Kartina, as well, should be on the line tonight. She will be addressing everybody on our next call, which we'll put a memo out or an email out for everybody to hear, so you can start driving your people to the call so they can understand this. She's been very influential in getting the AMP Hub as well as the idea submission. She's been at the home office. In fact, she's going back tomorrow and talk to all the key owners of the company to make sure that everybody is taken care of and they can follow their dreams further with this company. And to tell you more about VitaCell and everything, we're going to now switch to a really, really close friend of mine. I've worked with Richard in the industry now for over 10 years. Richard has been an owner. He's been the CEO of several companies. I was master distributor of 2 of them, so I've worked very close with him and his wife Susan, who owns her own company and is also a CEO of her own company, who does a lot of the videos and TV shows and stuff. That's going to come from Susan. I was there this weekend, with Gordon Comfort and Tim and Richard and myself at Richard's house in Las Vegas, Richard and Susan's house in Las Vegas, working on a lot of these details out. And we decided that it would be a great time right now, Sunday night, to share all of this and to bring the light to it. I'm going to introduce to you now Mr. Richard Anzalone. Richard, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Von, and welcome everybody, and thank you very much, you too as well, Boris. Great job. You know, I just wanted to say a couple things here. You know, right now on this call, you're hearing VitaCell name. We did a call, if you were on the last call, with our CEO, but you know, you're probably asking, what does this mean to you? What for you, each and every one? You forget about, and who are we? Which I'm going to do. You know, if you already know, then great. If you don't know, I'm going to give you some explanation. But, you know, what does this mean for you? We're going to talk about what does grandfathering mean. It's a term, so really explain it. Boris really went over it slightly. And last but not least is how we're going to do this. And one of the things I want to make sure that you're going to hear from me a lot is how is not important as why. You know, your leaders, you know, Gordon, Comfort, Vaughn, and the whole entire Voltage Partners management team really did this. Why? Because they see what I see, a vision and opportunity that I think for everyone is much more grander. It doesn't mean that Voltage Partners wasn't a great opportunity. It was. But I'm going to tell you why I'm here. I also want to tell you that Vaughn is one of the most integral men I ever met. He just tells you the truth, whether you like it or not. He's very honest. And, you know, I think he saw what I saw here and probably let everybody know that this is the place to be. So let's go into about who we are first, and we'll then what it means for you next. And then we'll get who we are is called VitaCell. It's VITAXEL. VitaCell. You know, we're vital and we're a publicly traded company right here in the United States. OTCQB. That's over the counter. QB. So when you actually can find our stock, we go to OTC Markets with an S, OTCMARKETS.com. You can go to find us, and you can look us under the ticker symbol. Once you get there, it says search the OTC Market. You can actually look at V as in Victor, X as in X-ray, E as in Edward, and L as in Larry. VXEL. That's our ticker symbol. And you can look at all the news reports, past reports, and whatever you want to do to kind of just get an idea of who we are and where our stock is at and our ownership here in the company. And that was important to me, that they're registered here in the North American area, whether it's, you know, somewhere in the North American area for what we're doing. They're located in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and we have an ownership. When I looked at this, you know, I remember I met them in Manila. I was at a Resort World Manila, and they asked a friend of mine, our CEO, Mr. Ryan Leong, who was on the call, invited me to meet him. And I had no intention of doing this. I was doing something else, just happened to be in Manila, and they knew it, so they flew in to meet me. And when I heard the story of this is, you know, true, I didn't believe it. I said, this is too big, too, you know, perfect, I don't know why are they even doing network marketing. That's how big I thought this was. And so, you know, I texted Susan when I was sitting at the dinner table and hearing all this, and she verified all of it was true, and he had left a lot out, how big this opportunity and company is. But what we are is a company that has a unique, very strong foundation. It's a infrastructure that really can't be duplicated. That's what I'm going to tell you. Vaughn, Gordon, Tori, as well, has flown out and seen this infrastructure at our company. You know, VitaCell is run by a man named Tan Sri, or most famously as Dato Lim Hui Boon. I'll actually say how you can Google him and get the information. I'll spell it D-A, as D as in David, A, T as in Tom, O, Dato, and then Lim, L-I-M, space, H-U-I, space, B as in boy, O-O, N as in Nancy. Dato Lim Hui Boon. You can look that up on Google, and you'll be surprised. There's much of it, and you'll see a lot of the projects we're doing. We have an infrastructure, a 5-story building in Kuala Lumpur, over 125 employees already at our company. And we're not big yet. We're doing well, but we're not huge like we're going to be. We have that already. We have next door to it 2 stories of VIP lounge, VitaCell VIP lounge. And that's important for all of you to know, is that we put together something when you go to the corporate headquarters or anywhere around the world. Cartina's seen it. You get a downstairs and upstairs for training and for hosting and you know, just getting a chance to get to meet everybody. We also have an office in Thailand, and you know, we're all over the world globally as we're a technology online company, which is why Voltage Partners and us meet so well. We're accepting the application. We understand where applications are going. It's a huge industry. Mr. Tan Sri Lim, our owner, is extraordinarily understands. So this is a really good fit. The infrastructure also includes that Dato is building. When you take a look at what we're doing outside, you know, of this industry, we have 4 projects, 3 hotels and 3 condominium projects that are being in current work right now. I'm talking about a 60-story condominium with a, you know, an infinity pool that's right in the heart of Kuala Lumpur in the golden triangle. We have something right across the way in Malaysia being built right now called the Peak. All these have videos on them that is being built right across the land in Malaysia from Singapore. We have a water resort that looks like the Tahitian water resort. They have one hotel like a boat, a high-rise, and then water chalets that are on there. And again, it's going to be done in a new style. It's different, and it's not just going to be condominiums. It's going to be a sharing economy. So you can buy 1/12 of a place, have a month, a year. And again, we'll talk more. That's all down the road. And we also have a new one that's coming in Penang, which is up in the northern region of Malaysia. And we're putting all this together. And Dato's relationship goes back to, or Tan Sri Lim's relationship goes back about 40, 50 years ago to one of the, you know, in Malaysia, there's a lot of billionaires coming up, becoming one of the wealthiest countries, one of the fastest growing countries in the world. And you got India and you got China, but, you know, not a lot of people know that Malaysia is gaining a lot of wealth and growing a lot rapidly. It's going to be someday soon, you know, a country that's going to have some financial power in the world. And, you know, he was related to and worked with a gentleman named Tan Sri Gota, who started the dynasty, one of the top, I call it the Fortune 200, probably a Fortune 150 or 100 company, but I'll be safe and say Fortune 200 in the world. And Dato happened to be along with him. He built a resort in the top of a mountain in Malaysia. And the resort is just at the top. Everybody laughed at him back in the 60s and early 70s. Just thought the guy was just a crazy man. And built a resort, and everyone's only animals, and, you know, the people in the forest are going to come. They're tigers and bears and whatever. And so, you know, they made fun of him, but he put this project together. But when he put this together, he needed somebody to help him go up there. And this is the story. And he needed people to get in. And so he went to his at the time, it wasn't called Tan Sri Lim, but Dato Lim, Hui Boon. And he said, get people up here and to the resort. And he did, to astounding. First, it was getting about 300 to 400 room nights a week, to eventually 300 to 500 room nights a day, with him and his crew getting people from the airport, hotels, or wherever it is, up to the resort, where today it's the third largest resort in the world. I'll repeat that, the third largest resort in the world. And Dato owns the transportation company that brings them up to that. Only Venetian and MGM is larger in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Tan Sri went out and taught Dato how to take companies public, because they are a huge success publicly. This company called Genting. We're Hoa Genting, that's the name of Dato's company, HWGG, and they're Genting. We've 9 resorts around the world. I'll just mention some: Resorts World Philippines, Resorts World Singapore, which also has a Universal Studios attached, the second most profitable resort in the world. They have Resorts World in Bimini, the Caribbean islands. Resorts World in London, it's a very famous place. There's a couple of them actually in London. In New York, Resorts World in New York, and they're building a $4 billion project right now called Resorts World Las Vegas. They actually announced this right after the tragic shooting, and so we're connected with a lot of good people. He also watched the Tan Sri acquire Norwegian Cruise Lines with stock and some money. He watched this. He learned from the master, in other words. He acquired that. They built Star Cruises out of Hong Kong. They built their own cruise line called the Genting Dream and the Genting World, 2 ships so far, and there's going to be another 8 more built as time goes on. We have an infrastructure basically that's not duplicatable. Hoa Genting, which Dato run, and it went public in '94, and we are really excited about where we are. And Vitacell Group went public in January 2016, and guys, I'm telling you, we're excited about this. Our chairman of the board is the guy who's going to take over this company, a young man that's Dato's second son. His first son's doing something else outside of network marketing. He's already running his own company, but his name is Bernard Lim. And Bernard is a very, very sharp man, went to school in Melbourne, Australia, got a master's degree. He's a very, very young man, late 30s, and obviously he'll be the heir to this company. He's a fantastic chairman. We'll get a chance to get him on the phone call. And then with all this infrastructure, because I think, and I say this, it's not the largest. It's got to be it's probably the largest in the world. The most financially secure company ever to launch a direct sales company. It's in that realm. If it's not, it's right there. And I can't imagine anyone with this kind of money. It's a huge infrastructure we have. What he brought together, and I think it's important, is he brought Ryan Leong, our CEO, who you heard from a couple of weeks ago, together. Ryan's got 29 years in network marketing. Tavon and I, and Boris, that's really important, because sometimes people with a lot of money have really good business ideas, but this is an industry that it takes some time to get used to. And I was really impressed that he put together a real good package where Ryan was excited. And because I told Ryan, I said, why would you be in the field with this compensation plan? What's going on? But obviously they did well. He listens to Ryan. I watched. I've been observing now. I found this out about a year. I've been actually a little over a year. December 14, 2016, I met him. We launched this version of it March 2017. And so we're excited about all this. And I can tell you a lot about our compensation plan, but I want to just say something to you right now. All we have is around 15,000 distributors worldwide. Okay, the company, when we're operated as a nutritional company in Malaysia and Thailand, they were open 2 years. They've been slowly but surely building a foundation for greatness. They're not looking to rush the comp plan out there. They understood the changes that were happening in the world, and they wanted to go to a global online business so that they can get outside of the few countries they're licensed in. And so they actually went to a concept. They asked me to be the global master distributor here at this company, and I'm excited to partner with you guys. What they have is, what excited to me is not only the foundation, which is an incredible story, and I'll get into that. We can give all the PowerPoints and, wonderful stuff we're going to put together. But they have a compensation plan. We have 4 different packages ranging from, action, business, career, and deluxe. And what I think is exciting, because I kind of said, I smart enough to know that I thought A, B, C, D, and they said, yeah, that was intentional, because most of the world doesn't speak English, but they can say A, B, C, or D, no matter what language they have. And so they range from, $150 to $5,000, but we'll talk more about all these packages later, because we sat down and we talked this weekend with Vaughn and with Gordon and Tim. But what I wanted to say to you guys is, here's what's happened. And I'm kind of surprised at how fast this has happened and how large it's grown. you know, we started in March, and it, you know, it took a little while to get the concept and the story down, and you know, cryptocurrency is out there. The blockchain is something very, very vital to the world. If you don't know cryptocurrency, the blockchain is the backbone of what makes cryptocurrency work. Bitcoin is the #1 cryptocurrency, but it doesn't have the best blockchain. Ethereum does. And blockchain is a scientific breakthrough. It's basically a much more efficient way of doing business. It's a peer-to-peer concept. It's ours. It doesn't have to use governments or central banks or any governmental authorities. But it's the backbone that makes things run. It actually, Ethereum is what we call a smart contract and a much more efficient blockchain than any other cryptocurrency out there in the world. And that's what we use our cryptocurrency on. And it's actually going to be running even the projects I talked about, our condominiums. You're going to see all that being run there. But with the compensation plan, when Ryan was talking to me, I said, okay, Ryan, we talked. I'm impressed, obviously, with the owner. Huge infrastructure. Never heard anything like it. But let's you and I, get away from the big boys here, and let's talk network marketing. Well, what kind of compensation plan? And Ryan tells me there's 6 ways to get paid, and probably going to be more coming in with the Voltage Partners project, and we're going to a lot more ways. But just to say 6 ways to get paid. And he tells me some things. He says, Richard, we don't have any auto show. I said, okay. I said, never heard of that, but you know what? With what the trend is going on in North America, that's good to hear. And he says, and what we have is there's no fees and we don't flush volume. And I looked around and I said, you guys good at math? I said, we're okay. I'm very excited you have all that. And I was very, I said, that's something people, what they say, I don't like the monthly recurring, whatever, no fees. So I'm really excited. And then flushing the volume. There's no volume flushes. The plan is a binary. If you don't know what a binary is, I think you guys had one. I know you had one in Voltage Partners. It's just 2 legs. There's a left leg and a right leg, and you can build down. So we have a binary. And I won't get into all the nuances, but I'll tell you this, and I'm going to give a little bit of why I think most exciting binary that's ever been introduced in the industry is because most people care about hurdles. Owners make money on compensation plans when people can't get over hoops or hurdles. So there's breakage to the company. What's exciting about this infrastructure is they're making money through the cryptocurrency. We have our own. Well, I want to talk about that. Our own coin called Vouch Coin, VH Coin. It based Ethereum blockchain. We're actually a token. We're actually out there where you can look on there. They're selling right now at around $3.88. So we're excited about the VH Coin, $3.86, I think it was. And so it's exciting that we have that, but we have our own, and we're going to talk about that in a second. With the compensation plan, we do have fast start bonuses that are very, very lucrative. So you're going to make money every single week. It closes on Sunday Eastern time, 11:59 a.m. Eastern on Sunday, like today. Close a little earlier. And then on 12 noon, the next week starts. We go on a 4-week pay period. So every 4 weeks, we have 13 pay periods in a year. And what's exciting is the fast start goes out week to week. We can pay you on Payoneer card. We can pay you in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin or Ethereum. You have a wallet. If you don't, we're going to teach you how to get it, because I'm going to tell you it's much faster. Than it takes 2 weeks or a week to 10 days maybe on the Payoneer, and it takes a couple of days with Bitcoin or Ethereum to get it into your bank account. We'll teach everybody that, and that's something we'll do. But what's exciting about the binary, you got the fast start, and they're really lucrative and great with each package. But what's exciting about our binary, and I found owners don't do this, is we have 2 legs, but we have up to 25%. 10 to 25%. 10% is considered what the industry thought was hot back about 8 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And 20% seems to be, 18 to 20% seems to be, what the peak companies are doing. 25 is aggressive. 25% of your lesser leg is considered an aggressive binary. So I like that, but I also wanted to hear more. And then he says to me, Richard, not only do we have 25, but we don't have a sponsor requirement. There's not one left or one right. And I said, really? You don't have to. He says, but you don't have to do one left, one right. You can all do one on all your sponsors on one leg. It doesn't matter, but you should do. I would sponsor both legs, but you don't have to. And then he said the magic word to me. I said, so what does it take to get paid? Like usually here's a typical binary. Maybe you're going to see 400 on one leg, 200 on the other, or you're going to see 600, 300, or 300, 300. That's very typical in the industry to see. And so he says to me, 100 BV left and 100 BV right. I did the timeout signal. And I said, you mean to tell me you're going to pay 25% and give us money with the minimum amount of, I've never seen a 100, I'll pay you. Owners want to wait till you get 300. This way there's some little, breakage. Somebody has, 400 on one side and 150 on the other side. They don't have to pay anybody. In this conversation plan, we do. And I looked at them and I said, show me the math. I wanted to make sure that, you can actually do that. And they do up to $40,000 per week. Again, depending upon the pack, and we work out there and what your max are, but up to $40,000 per week. We have 3 or 4 people, I'll say 3 for sure, a 4th one coming up. They're making over $100,000 a month now, or every 4 weeks. And we're talking about a company that really just started to go and move. We opened in March. I would say we started to move late May, early June, and really got going in late July, August, when we launched our coin August 20th, 2017. That's exciting, guys. That's huge money. We also have a matching bonus, 5%, 5 generations deep. I'll teach you the different generation levels on another call, which is a lucrative. On the 4th week, at the end of the 4th week, we calculate all the binary checks your personally enrolled have, and they're personally enrolled, and 5 generations deep, we'll pay it out. He doesn't mess with your check. He'll pay it out, get it out there. You can move it all the way and go. We have something out there called cash points and something out there that we call V points, buy-to-sell points. 80% are going to get your commission check, cash points. You can do what you want with it. Put it into a Bitcoin account, take it on to your Payoneer, however you want to do it. That's your money. You can do what you want with it. V points is allowing you, and why they can have no auto ship and make this company work, allowing you to use that, whether you want to bring in somebody, you want to use your V points to help them come into the business, and you can use it that way. You can also use it in ways such as for the travel, for application submission, games, whatever it happens to be, any product, service, or movement for you to do your business. You can use your V points on. So it's very unique. And I have said to Ryan, especially in North America, with some of the decisions legally that the United States have made in network, you found the solution. This is what everybody should be doing. They're ahead of the curve. No ranks, so none of the legs in the binary need a rank. It's basically this: go to work, build the business, concentrate on what you like. I'm going to talk about our products in a second. We don't have everything yet settled in, but you can concentrate on what you like. You can go in I like everything, or you can focus on just the Voltage Partners part, on whatever part of you like. It doesn't matter. We're going to get into travel. We actually have Gordon, Vaughn, myself, and Tim here, and we've talked all for, a long time. We have many different variations coming, upgrading on many products. I'm not going to go into all of them, but we have, putting together the packages, but for sure the Voltage Partners, for sure travel, for sure e-commerce. We're not done with e-commerce. We're just beginning, but we're over 4 million products. So that's not a bad start. There's about over 10 people committed to the e-commerce project, and we're going to get some more stuff as well. So 4+ million products in e-commerce, from everything you want, from phones, computers, clothes, you name it, you can buy it. Only going to get better. We're also involved, as you talked about, in cryptocurrency. But what's exciting about our cryptocurrency is we have our own. It's called VH Coin, or Vouch Coin. If you want to know a little bit about that, it's VH Coin, V as in Victor, H as in Harry, coin.info. That's the site, vhcoin.info. We'll talk more about it with you guys. But the VH Coin started at $1, and it's at $3.80-something. But what's exciting is we do things right. Maybe, not at the lightning speed that some of these, but we're doing it. We're not here for the money game. We're here long term. Remember, he's looking to build a dynasty. We learned from the master. We built, a company where everybody pretty much, on his sons, he's passed away, the founder, all of his sons are multi-billionaires, not billionaires, multiple billionaires, and worth a lot of money. And so what happens is we want to create, God was creating the same thing. He worked hundreds of millions of dollars. Who knows what the numbers are, probably even $1 billion himself. But he's actually putting together a project that's going to be huge. And what we've done with the VH Coin is he said, I'm not just going to get into this with a whim. I see, there's a governmental thing. So he went and he searched in Japan, because they have done all their regulations with cryptocurrency. They're not licensing anything, but the Philippines decided they're going to do it right, and they're going to license. There's only 2 companies in the world licensed to have a coin exchange to move Bitcoin, Ethereum, our coins, whatever coins that are out there that are legit. And we decided to apply for a license. Everyone thinks it costs money. Yes, it does cost money, but they really put us through a real stringent test of who we are, because the government wants to be legitimate. They believe there's a huge opportunity, like I do, in cryptocurrency, And for them to be a country that can license people so we can host it, well, we went through the process, and we're proud to say that in January 25th, we will announce, and it'll be a huge news broadcast, and we'll run a big event in Manila. We'll be the third company that'll be licensed. And let me tell you what that gives us all, guys. A license so we can go out there with our VH coin and have our own exchange, which will come out next year. We're going to put this coin on market cap in August, September of 2018 here coming up. But what that means when the license is we can actually go out there and proudly say, is your coin licensed? They can say, yeah, and you'll say, well, you got your license. Well, I'm on, anyone can get a coin on exchange and not have a license. But we can actually go through and then all of a sudden you show the infrastructure. What happens is this, I don't have everybody that joined me in March, obviously not a lot of people did, but all of a sudden in June when their companies failed and they like cryptocurrency, they like travel, now we're adding applications, submissions, and games. You're going to see guys flocking to this. You're at the right place at the right time. So what does that mean for you? Great comp plan, great infrastructure, Vaughn and team here. What it means for you guys is this, is that you guys save some money. You guys that work with Voltage Partners, we're going to take care of all of you. That's part of the deal. That's the integrity of Vaughn and Gordon and the whole entire Voltage Partner team. I just know Vaughn and Gordon better, but I met Tori and I met Tim, so I don't know them as well, but I know Vaughn and Gordon, especially Vaughn, intimately. And you know, Boris as well has been working with it. And so it's exciting to say that grandfathering means we're going to get you a position equivalent to money or maybe even greater than what you spend. So we're going to put you at a position so that you don't have to pay. There's no auto ship, guys. So you're done having a monthly payment. Now, if you don't do anything, you have nobody doing underneath you on anything that you can use some products and, you know, that's about, you know, that's what you're going to get the extent of it. But if you would decide to go to work, and that's what we were really finding out on this call, who wants to go to work, you guys will get grandfathered at a position, but we're looking for the leaders right now because before we put in the Voltage Partner structure, we want to know who wants to go to work now. And I call that what's important now. If you focus on what's important now, what's important for the Voltage Partners is communication to the whole entire database that you guys have, not through an email. I don't believe in the company. It's you. If it's to be, it's up to me. If it's going to happen, it's got to be you, from you down, not Boris down, from you who's listening to the call down. And talk to all the people that you brought into the company and get them to say, we'll start a group, email Boris, contact Vaughn, like who wants to go build this company, VitaCell, with Voltage Partners exactly in here. Give us a little bit of time to get everything put together and submitted, but we're putting the people in the system now who want to go to work. Just so you know, the master distributors in and Cartina, we've got them in, so we're ready to set the structure. But the first thing, who steps up? So if you step up, we're going to go in the order that's supposed to be. We're not going to put people up, but we're looking for builders who will come out on their own before we just stick the whole database into the computer. So if you're looking to go get first, you want to be at the top, you want to be first, now's the time to stand up and say, I want to build this company, I'm in. Get the information from Boris so you can pass all this out to you guys. You know, Boris sat in Las Vegas and, you know, we had some really good time. He sat at our house and had some dinner with us and had a glass of wine and talking to my wife till in the morning, and it was exciting to hear about Boris. Boris's goals are to help millions of people. You don't think leaders' goals are to make millions of dollars for themselves? Boris never once told me what he wants to make money-wise himself. What Boris said, I want to help millions of people do great things. I want to help millions of people do great. You're on the right team, guy. You got a selfless, you know, integral leader in Boris and Vaughn that are looking to you guys. I mean, I'm not number one in this. I'm at the top, global master. I'm 56 years old, being number one. I just, you know, I got a lot of people out there, and this is mostly concentrated in Asia. Usually it's Vietnam, Malaysia, Thailand, and Korea. That's really where they're just starting. Japan. The rest of the world, there's really little people. The United States, very little people. So you guys are at the right place at the right time and get the compensation. I always say every comp plan looks good on paper. When you stick it in water, sometimes you find holes. This one is paying ridiculously big. I'm shocked at some of the numbers coming out and very happy because I know that this is a minuscule sample of what's going to happen. I'm really excited about not only the leadership, the Voltage Partners, the addition to this. I mean, you think about it, travel, cryptocurrency, blockchain, real estate. See, they don't need hoops and hurdles. I said to them, I said, there's just a slim margin. You guys got a huge building and a lot of money for your infrastructure. And he said, Richard, he said, that's because most owners live on breakage and comp plan. We've got, as long as we're not losing money in this plan, we're going to pay a lot of money out. We can have a cryptocurrency play. We have a real estate play with all the stuff I talked about. Now we have an application play with you guys, apps. We have, you know, travel play. We have so many different opportunities to make money that we don't need to take all this money from the compensation plan. We need to make sure people get paid, and we're excited about it. And I want to just say that I know I talk long. I tried to be slow. I usually am a little faster. You guys get used to me. Believe it or not, that was slow. I can be quite fast, too fast. And I'm excited. I've been in this industry 27 years now. This is my 27th year. I've made, you know, as Ron said, I've done well. I've been a CEO, but I've never been with a company. I need a winner that's never going to go away. That's what I'm looking for. You know, the biggest failure I could say I've ever done, I missed USANA in '94. Didn't understand binaries. I was there when it just first opened. Didn't understand it, so said no to the person who's there. And he's been making a residual income for, you know, all of his life, adult life. And so long story short is, guys, this is it. This will be the one that'll take online to the next level. And we're doing it the right way. And I'm looking forward to taking each and every one of you with me. And we're partners. I'm not any better than anybody else. I'm just another human being who's going to help guide you through this. I'm here. I'm helping all of you. And I want to just say, Boris, if I can help Boris, I would like to see Boris be one of the top income earners. But I know Boris is going to pass that torch on to you guys. And so with that, I'm going to turn the call back over to my good friend. And it was great seeing you this past few days. And we're excited about where we're going. Back to you, Mr. Vaughn Tarver. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richard. Very well done, my man. And I knew you would do a great job. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard, he is one of the 5 people on the board of directors for VitaCell. In fact, Gordon and Tori and I were with Richard when VitaCell went public in China. We were in Shenzhen, China, back, I believe it was, I can't remember, March, April, or May, somewhere in there. And that was quite an experience. The reason we were there is we were working this out. We felt that we were going to get it done. We did. It took a little longer than we expected, but we wanted to do it right. VitaCell wanted to do it right. And what does doing it right mean? Doing it right means doing it for the betterment of the people that is going to make the company great, and that is you. And of course, Richard was there because he's on the board of directors. So it's quite interesting. We got a lot of things planned. We will get on a standard call where people can learn everything from all the product lines. You don't have to work with all the product lines. You can work with what you feel comfortable with. Obviously, we're excited about the travel because there's going to be all kinds of travels and trips and packages and things that we can all do and be a part of, and cruises you can earn and stuff. It's gonna be a real fun company to work with. And so with that, I could tell you, we're all excited about it. Again, Richard, thank you. I'm going to bring it on Boris one more time to close the call and say goodnight. And I will say goodnight to you from here and look for the email. But I do want to submit one more thing to you before I turn it back to Boris. Guys, did you hear what Richard said? If you want to work this business and you see it and you do your research or whatever you need to do, contact Boris or contact me, and we will move you to the top. And then we will start placing everybody else underneath you, so that you can be in a really good spot. We're looking for the workers, the builders, to go in first, and then we will start submitting the people and building underneath you. So that should be the best news you ever heard. All you have to do is pick up your telephone or text or email either Boris or myself. And with that, thank you again. Boris, if you will come back in and close the call. Everybody, thank you for attending tonight, and we will see you next time. Boris?
Yes, thank you so much, Vaughn. Thanks a lot, Richard. What an amazing call. I'm extremely excited, guys. You know what? Just listening to what Richard was sharing about the vision, about the idea behind the VitaCell, and God has His mysterious ways. Sometimes we don't see, sometimes we don't understand, sometimes we're not paying attention. But look at this. VitaCell, one of the trends that they're working with is apps and games. And guess what? Who is the best fit for this direction in ViteAccel? Of course, us, Voltage Partners. You know, it's amazing. I was just listening to what Richard was sharing, and again, I had this aha moment, you know, where you understand that this is again another piece of this puzzle. You know, it's really amazing. I'm extremely excited, and you know what? Like Richard said, or like Von said, we give you opportunity. It doesn't matter where you came in. You know, if you ready to get this exploded worldwide, you know, you ready to share it with the world, let us know. We are here for you. You know, my goal, like Richard said, and this is exactly what it is, you know, and God knows, you know, my goal is to help millions of people worldwide legally to become financially free. And I will do all I can to get it done for you and with you. Okay, so please don't lose this opportunity. It's your chance once in life, you know, once in a lifetime. And again, if you have any questions, I will be happy answer your questions as much as I can. You know, we get, you know, step by step everything done here. You know, and the business, like, you know, in business, sometimes you need to be very patient, you know, otherwise those who has no patience, they just out of the business, and then guess what? They're again to 9 to 5, and that's it, that's all, you know, no more dreams, no more life, you know, unfortunately. So in business, you need to be patient. And yes, you see, it took a little bit longer, but it's okay, because we are talking about something that is going to change millions' lives, you know. And by the way, when I saw the website of ViteAccel, I was really extremely surprised, because they have even time, like dates and times when they apply to this and that and that, you know, like this certification, that certification. And it's amazing how company doing this right, even if it takes more time, even if it takes a lot of money. But again, it's not about time, it's not about money, it's about helping millions and millions of people worldwide to become financially free. You know, I'm extremely excited. Thank you so much for this opportunity, God, and thanks a lot, Richard, for helping this partnership become real. And thanks a lot, Von, for your caring heart. Thanks, Gordon and Tori and Sean and team, all the corporate team that did what you did, guys, because most of the companies, what they do, we know what they do, you know. They do what is best for them. This is, by the way, the best company I ever seen that really care about each and every one of us, you know. And this is exactly relate to me, because I'm exactly the same. This is what makes me feel so excited even more. So guys, again, thank you so much for your patience. And like you see, you are going to be rewarded big time, because again, no auto shifts, nothing to pay because you are grandfathered. Okay, this is how company taking care of you. And again, if you paid more, you're going to get more. Okay, now where are we going with all this partnership together? Only God knows. You know, I'm going to share with you one day, but not now. Again, we need to respect the time. And thanks a lot, everyone, for your attention. This call was recorded, even though the weather condition was not the best here in Montreal, and it was jumping, you know, better and worse, but it was recorded the way it is. And again, thanks a lot, and I see you on the next webinar. Thanks, Von, thanks, Richard, and thanks, God. Thank you.